Hi everyone. It's Tuesday. Let's see. I've been running around all morning and listening to one of my favorite podcasts, Glennon Doyle and Abby. How do you say her last name? I'm going to forget it right now. Abby. Anyway, you know the one. You Can Do Hard Things. So, and then later today, well, in about 10 minutes, I have to do um, online fitness coaching. It's not real fitness, it's just telling you about exercise to do for our health insurance. Um, I've been all over the place this morning. BMV. I've got the needle stuck in my arm for blood work. So some of these days can be quite crazy for moms, especially when you have like an enormous to-do list. So I wanted to get on here and talk about, do you have a place in your week where you have a family meeting? Do you have family meetings where everybody gets to voice their opinions, to work out problems? So I wanted to talk about that specifically today because I am going to be doing a coaching call in Own the Home Revolution this afternoon about setting up family meetings. And unless you have practiced this, like I practiced this not growing up, we did not have family meetings. Family meetings, family together time was quite chaotic. There were 5 of us. My mom and dad were busy working. When we would get to dinner, like everybody wanted to talk at the same time. So dinner can be quite triggering for me with just my 2 kids and everybody's trying to talk. So meetings were something that I had to learn to do as a teacher. I learned a lot of skills at staff meetings on how to come together as a group. And then as a class, leading class discussions, leading meetings is really important to build community. Um, I mean, where in your life do you have a community that comes together with a shared purpose to work together to create democratic systems? Possibly your work does this, possibly your church, school, those areas in your life that have meetings where people's voices get heard. This is what we're teaching in our families, right? That all the voices in our family matter. And that can be really hard when you didn't have that growing up. Your voice didn't quite matter in the discussion or the decision making in your family. And to me, um, if we want adults that can voice their opinions, that can listen to other people's opinions, that can come together to problem solve and compromise on a solution, we need to practice it with our children. So I will be doing my coaching call in Own the Home Revolution. You need to jump in if you're not in there because there are tons of resources on creating family systems that can build this family of intention, of empathy, um, connection. That is where we do the most work in that program. And in the description of this video, I shared Erin, one of our coaches in the program. She is starting Power Hour, which is an exact meeting layout that you can almost do with your family. So when you set up a meeting, you want to have certain expectations that happen, rules, but expectations of how you want your meeting to go. How do you want to take turns talking? How long is it going to be? And this is what we do in Own the Home as a group of moms. We have Power Hour. And Erin, if you want to join with her name, you will support her entrepreneur journey. She has a ton of knowledge in running businesses. So she is doing Power Hour every other week so we can come together as a group and set goals and problem solve as a group. And she recommended the Miracle Morning book, which is also in the description of this video, on setting up your morning. So if you want to be able to do meetings and have this democratic system available in your family, then the morning routine is crucial for you to set aside time for yourself. And she shared the book, and we went through how to set up an effective morning routine. And in that book, he uses the acronym SAVERS, and each letter has an activity. SAVERS is silence. So, or S, the beginning S is silence. So every morning, going through these 6 things could be 1 minute for each item or 10 minutes for each item. So 6 minutes to 60 minutes. But that morning time is really important for you to be able to get clear on what it is that you want in your day, and in your family. Because if you're not clear and you start to do these meetings, then it can get quite dicey. So, family meetings, like I said, what is important to you? What are your expectations? How structured do you want it to be? As you practice with more structure, like we're going to do 30 minutes on Sunday night. And, the first 5 minutes are this, and then we'll take turns talking. You can even have a talking stick or a talking item. Sometimes we do that in our family. We do that, and I did that in my classroom for sure. That you get to hold the item when it's your turn to talk, so that we can practice actively listening to that person, reflecting back what people say, what your children say especially, shows them that they matter, shows them that you've heard them, um, shows them compassion and empathy. It doesn't always mean that you're going to do exactly their idea or carry out everything that they've shared. But voicing opinions, and we see this in our culture right now, in the political arena, in the divisiveness that we're seeing, is that people just want their opinion to be heard. If you can set up this in your family where everybody feels heard, even if you are not doing everybody's idea, you can at least actively listen and reflect back what they've said. A couple of things you can say is, I understand your idea, or I believe you, right? I was just listening to, if you listen to the podcast I was talking about at the beginning of the video, Glennon Doyle's podcast, You Can Do Hard Things. They talk about this. Boundaries, and then, so setting your boundaries in the family meeting, like this meeting is about chores. That, I don't want to do everybody's laundry anymore. This meeting's about how can we come up with that solution, right? And if you get off topic, or there's other things that want to come up, sticking to your boundary. Oh, it looks like we need another meeting. Let's put it on our next time, or maybe we can talk about it tomorrow or later today. Boundaries. The other thing is that active listening that I said. Now I forget where I was going with that. But I've already said that. I got thrown off. So I've already said active listening. Anyway, this is why you should plan what you're going to say. So I think I said everything for now. I do have more details in my program, and we will have lesson plans and printouts and all of that inside the program. So jump in if you want to work through this, because unless you've practiced this in your life, it's really hard to do it with other people, especially your children, because they will trigger parts of you that you did not, parts of you that you repressed growing up. or you never even had a chance to develop. So you need to feel what it's like to practice these family meetings. And then as you like, I'm less structured. We don't have a set time for family meetings. I am not that type of person. I did that when I had school because I had to have a schedule, but at home now I can do those family meetings on the go on the go, like in the car, right? We have the way that we run through things. Hey, looks like we have something that we want to work through. Let's start our process of, okay, one person shares their ideas and the other person shares their ideas. And what is your process that you go through because you've practiced already in a structured time in your family? Okay, that's more than I can get into in this talk. So, join the program if you want to work through. And I also have my parenting pause course starting next week. This is the deep dive into parenting. So that link is at tanyamilano.com. You need to register by Sunday, September 18th to get into that course. 8 weeks of transformational parent trigger work, reparenting yourself. And there's online coursework. Leslie Potter developed the course. It is amazing. And that's all I could say about it. But that's where you get the most bang for your buck, right there. Jump in with me. You get face to face time with me and all of the coursework. All right. Love you so much.